This is David Harrison Greis of the Greis Report coming to you from New York City, and we have a developing story here in New York City regarding a concentration camp in the heart of Manhattan. So let's dive right in. The first source that I'm going to be pulling information from is The City. The City is a New York local newspaper, but we do have a good rapport with them in terms of their credibility here in New York. So we have a bit of a concentration camp situation brewing at 26 Federal Plaza. There was a video that was smuggled out by somebody who was detained in Federal Plaza, and it was sent to Assemblymember Catalina Cruz's office, who released this video, and the City, the newspaper, got a hold of the video. I've actually seen this video myself circulating on the various social media platforms I'm on as well. So this is pretty credible, this story. So what's happening is 26 Federal Plaza in Manhattan is an immigration site. So you go in, you have your immigration court date, you get your green card, whatever. That's how it's supposed to work. However, the holding cells that were meant for like 2 or 3 people to wait like an hour are now being used to hold 24 men at a time for 10 to 15 days or longer. There are some people who have not been released yet. So what's going on there? Well, they have multiple cells across the unit, and they are all filled with people. They're being fed terrible food that's not nutritious according to the reports. They're barely given any water. They're spending days and days on end without vital medicine for people who are sick or might have diabetes or some kind of long-term illness. They're also sleeping on tinfoil blankets. You can imagine this as an emergency blanket somebody would take on a hike. They're just really terrible conditions. In a voice note that was smuggled out directly to the City, they obtained a copy of the voice note. They confirmed that they were eating terrible meals and they were not being given adequate water or being able to even shower. These conditions are happening right in the heart of Manhattan, and ICE and DHS are denying it. They are straight up saying no. But we're seeing the evidence, and the evidence is mounting. It is building that this is happening right in the center of New York City. Now, one of the most important things here is that this story has been backed up by other credible sources. The New York Times also received a copy of the video and was able to verify the conditions within 26 Federal Plaza. We have an alligator Alcatraz situation developing in the heart of Manhattan. This cannot be allowed to happen. Before we get into the next story, I just want to mention, if you like what you see tonight, please like, subscribe, and more importantly, we have an email address. I'm going to be putting it right down here below me, thegreisreport@gmail.com. If you have any tips, leads, or story requests for me to cover, please send us an email because I am going to be reviewing them and I am happy to engage with our viewers and tell these stories ourselves. So let's get into the last half of tonight's show. This comes from AM New York. Yes, that AM New York. If you're from New York City, if you're a local like me, you've seen them on the subways, handing them out for free. It's the only way that we get through some mornings, right? It's a great newspaper. So here's what they're saying. They've been raising the alarm for a couple of months now about the way that ICE is treating journalists who are covering the detentions at 26 Federal Plaza. So these two stories are linked. This has caused quite a stir because some of the reports coming in are things like intimidating tactics, like surrounding people and laughing at them or pushing them around, shoving them. In some instances, they were getting slammed against the wall. Now, we have freedom of the press, and that's something that we take very seriously in America. If these ICE Gestapo are going after the press, no one is safe. We need to stand up and say no more to all of this. My name is David Harrison Greis of the Greis Report, signing off from New York City.